What's up, guys? It's your boy Pxxxnda here, and I'm back again with another Rescue Ace variant because I promised you guys, if you guys got that last Breaker Rescue Ace video, if you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. But if you guys got that last video up to 100 likes, I'm coming back with another variant. And I feel like this variant is the better variant now because it's hand traps. Hand traps is going to prevent you from making your full board, and Rescue Ace already breaks the board alone, so let's get straight into this deck profile. Before we do, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and please, guys, come on. Look, if you stick around, you know you're going to get the best videos. And if I can bring you better videos, please let me know down in the comment section below. But let's get straight into it. Alright, guys, so we have the deck profile here. I do have an extra deck, and I do have a side deck, and the main deck is at 45 cards. So we're going to get straight into it. You guys pretty much know about all the Rescue Ace variants. So I'm going to go here with the 4 Rescue Ace Airlifters. That's pretty standard now because Airlifter's a broken card. You're going to be searching emergency with it, and if not emergency, any of the other spells and traps. But we'll get straight into it. This is also kind of at 4, the 4 Impulse because of the Rhoda. I really like Impulse right now, especially in the format that everybody's trying to resolve their effects on the field, and with you allowing them to resolve their effects, but then or you chaining this to their effect on the field and then chaining another hand trap to negate it. It's just so broken because now you're going to be getting into your engine while they're still struggling to get into theirs. So I'm also playing the Impulse, but this time I'm actually playing the Rescue Ace Fire Attacker. I'm playing the Fire Attacker because I'm playing a ton of hand traps and I want to be able to draw into them, and being able to draw into your hand traps to stop them from making their board while also playing a deck that is able to break boards, it just seems nuts to me. So I got this going on right here. I'm still playing the 2 Rescue Ace Hydrant, but it's technically 3 because I'm playing the 1-for-1. I'm playing the 1-for-1 because I want to be able to, on the Breaker variant, I didn't play the 1-for-1 because I wasn't playing that many monsters. But in this variant, I'm playing a ton of hand traps, so I obviously have enough monsters to be able to successfully bring out the Hydrant if I've normal summoned the Airlifter and they've negated it for some odd reason, or I just don't have access to the engine. Then I'm going to 1-for-1 into the Hydrant and then be able to continue on from there. I'm also playing the 2 Preventer, and I'm still playing the 2 Turbulence because, like I said, I wanted more monsters for this variant. Also, I don't know, there's this, I know how to utilize my resources when it comes to using the Rescue Ace Turbulence, but at this point, I think the second Turbulence does come up now with the Airlifter and having to resolve emergency. If I can't get to the Turbulence through the effect, then I'll obviously get to it through the emergency. That's it for the Rescue Ace monsters. I'm gonna push these to the side. I'll show you guys for the rest of the spells as usual. It's the 3 emergency nows. We're not playing 2 anymore because we have the 4 Airlifters. 1 alert, 1 rescue, 1 contain, 1 extinguish, and 1 field spell. Like I said in the last video, if you guys haven't checked it out, Airlifter, if you already have access to the emergency, Airlifter usually wants to search the HQ because HQ is able to extra normal the Impulse or the Hydrant, which is really pretty broken, especially getting another body on your field for free because it's an extra normal summon. That's why I'm playing the HQ now. As far as that goes, like, this is pretty much for the Rescue Ace engine. I wouldn't really change much of it. Like I said, I didn't really want to play a 3rd one of the Hydrant because I know I end up bricking on normal summons when I actually want to draw into hand traps with engine. So as far as the non-engine goes, I got 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Veiler, 2 Nibiru, 2 Droll, 2 Ogre, 1 Fuwalos, and 1 Molcharmy. So I'm going to explain the 2 of those here. So I'm actually, spoiler alert, I'm playing Crossout, and I want to be able to have Crossout targets because these are the most common targets for the format right now currently. Droll and Logbird is also good if the Fiendsmith variants keep popping up and keep rising in popularity. Droll and Logbird will be there to be able to stop them from continuing with their engine. But as long as as well as these Molcharmies, I only have them at 1-ofs right now because of the crossout targets, and it also makes room in the side deck. I'll show you guys the side deck later. Nibiru is just a good card, but I just couldn't, you know, decide if I wanted 3 Nibiru or if I liked the Ogre more or if I liked the Droll more, so I just kind of kept them at the 2 variants right now. This is so far the hand traps right now. I will get into more of the non-engine right now as I show you guys. That way you guys can understand why I'm playing it in this variant. As the other hand traps I'm also playing is the Impermanence, which is pretty standard. Everybody knows that. I'm also playing 3 crossouts for all the targets here. And then as far as like crossout goes, I think it's a broken card. So as long as like even if you're going first and you have the crossout target to resolve all your effects, like it's great. If you don't have the crossout target, I mean, if you're going second and you airlift there and then you draw into the crossout while also hand trapping your opponent, I think that's broken as well too. As far as the last two cards go, I am playing one Tactic Talents for the crossout target, but also the one Saki card, and then I'm also playing the one Pot of Prosperity to be able to dig in for my engine. The Prosperity is pretty broken as well. Like it does conflict with this when you want to draw, but other than that, like there's not no real confliction because the airlifter, the fire attacker on your opponent's turn, it's not really, it's on your opponent's turn, so you're not really going to conflict when it comes to Product Prosperity. So I think that's why I think it's broken, because then you're able to draw into this with a bunch of hand traps, and then you have the crossout for the Ash, and then you could just be able to resolve it and get into your engine. So I just think that's pretty neat. I am at 45 card main deck, because remember guys, if you guys are playing Rescue Ace, you don't want to draw into the traps, and not drawing into the traps is really good because then you can actually set 4 off of Turbulence. So that's it for the main deck. We're gonna get into the extra deck right now. I'm playing the one Anima, one Dark, one Hida. Again, this is all pretty standard stuff. One IP, one SP, one Sunlight Wolf, one Nightmare Phoenix, 2 Princess. I'm still deciding if I want to play 2 Princess or 2 SP. Last video I did decide to cut the Heat Soul for the second SP, because Heat Soul just doesn't come up the same anymore since we don't have Link Karibo. And I was using it to, my end board would usually be like the Sunlight Wolf IP, and then on your opponent's turn, like if they don't really do much, then you can just link these 2 off to go into the Heat Soul for the draws. But then, like I said, it was just different. It just wasn't feeling good, so I'd prefer the second SP. Along with the Princess, we got the OTK combo. Zelantis, Raging Phoenix. Congrats to Raging Phoenix for getting a reprint. I also have the Amblowell for the typical end board, and then for the additional cards I do play are the one Selene, one Axis Code for an additional OTK combo. I noticed that some of the times that I would try to OTK, if this one didn't resolve, then I'll end up having to resolve this one, which is pretty broken because you can do both of them in the same turn, depending on how you utilize your resources. And as for the last card, Typhon. Typhon's just such a broken card right now going up against Ryziel. If you Typhon them while they have their detonator on board, it's dead. So then you activate Typhon effect to bounce the detonator and then attack over the dual drive, and now they're left on less resources while you're over here with your hand trap engine, and you're pretty much, you just got all gas. So that's it for the extra deck. I don't really want to change anything. Like I said, I feel like this hand trap variant is a better variant right now compared to the breaker variant. Getting into the side deck, I do play the 2 Fuwalos and 2 Perulia, just in completion of the hand traps and from the main. I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really have space in the side deck, so I really had to consider how many Perulias and how many Fuwalos I wanted to play in the main, so I'm playing one of each. That way I can make some space in the side deck. And as far as space goes, I'm also playing the 3 Dominus Impulse. When it comes to siding this card, you got to be careful, because this card, as soon as you use it, you can't use your light, your earth, and your wind, and that's a confliction, right? That's a confliction when it comes to using your Droll, using your Ogre, using your Nib, and using your Fuwalos or your Veilers. Like, there's a lot of conflictions there, and that confliction, you just have to be very careful with this, because if you want to side deck cards, there's some siding patterns that you can go about when you're siding this in, and you can also side in like your Triple Thrust, your D-Berry. Like, it just depends on the matchup you're going up against, their Sanctum, or your like Triple Lancia. So depending on the matchup you go up against, there's certain scenarios on how you can go about your side deck when siding this in. I still think this card is still broken for this format. Just not a lot of people can play it because of the amount of hand traps that they're playing. But if you're allowed to play the Dominus Impulse, I still think it's absolute nuts. So just be careful when you're siding this. Always remember that it does conflict. If you do set it on the field, then it won't conflict. But if you're using it from your hand, it will conflict later. And so just be careful with that. As far as the thrust, I think this is the most broken card right now in the game. Because of this, how the format's shaping up with everybody using hand traps and then shotgunning hand traps in draw phase. And then you just have tactics always live. So you're going to be able to get your D-Berry or your Artifact Sanctum for your Malice matchup. Yeah, I don't really have any issues with this. I think, like I said, I just think this is the best variant right now, and I hope you guys enjoy this variant. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comment section below if you guys wanted to see anything else. I tried thinking about the Pxxxnda variant, trying to get into this, but it just doesn't do it. Doesn't feel the same anymore because you can't bridge. Same thing with the Diabellstar engine, you can't bridge, but the Diabellstar engine, as Amina's, does give you a negate. That's the best thing. It's an omni negate, so that's the best thing for it. That's why I liked it for the breaker variant. But as far as this one goes, it's only going to be hand trap. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and please let me know down below if you guys have any more suggestions. I'll see you guys next time.